Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of Tea and Toastmas. Yesterday's video looked very peaceful, but it was actually a very sort of hectic day. I don't want to go into details, but our neighbor kind of came at us for inadvertently feeding the deer by feeding the birds up on our deck. So they're mad about that. And I'm not going to get into it because I will go on and on and on. I have a lot to say. But he won't be doing the bottom of our driveway anymore because we're feeding the deer, and I won't be making him apple fritters still hot from the deep fryer during the winter, just as like a neighborly kind of thing or as a thank you for doing our driveway. So that won't be happening anymore. Then I couldn't find my recipe for the tea biscuits that I wanted to make. It's a very specific, it was in a magazine, a Magnolia magazine. I couldn't find the magazine. When I found the magazine finally after frantic searching, I realized that I had actually cut the recipe, one recipe page out for safekeeping, and much like my Santa mugs, it ended up, I don't know where I put it. I don't know where that safe place is. So after a little searching, I have the recipe book, so I ended up using that, but it wasn't the same recipe and it wasn't the same method. So I used this sort of method, I used that recipe with the method, and it seemed to work. They were delicious. Still annoyed that I can't find the recipe. Like, that was just, it was like foolproof. Like, I just, so good. Anyway, I have to get back on track with like life. So our house is just torn apart. I didn't make supper last night. We ended up having the tea biscuits with like bacon and eggs, like breakfast for dinner. And we watched the BBC Back in Time for Christmas. It's one of my favorite comfy shows to watch. And there's another one that they made. It was the year that we moved in here because I remember watching it. And it was, I think it was Back in Time for Winter. So it wasn't specifically Christmas, but it was winter. And it was a Canadian family. Like, I don't know where they were. Like, I want to say like Toronto, maybe somewhere. Sudbury? Maybe it was Sudbury. So anyway, it's also a good one. I have to see if I can find it. It's on the CBC. We watch it on the CBC app, the GEM app, which is free for us. So I'm not sure if you're not in Canada, I'm not sure how you would watch it. Probably the BBC. Probably if you want to watch it, but it's so interesting because I learned so much about history. It was just really, I just really love it. It's like one of my favorite comfort shows in the winter. So I need to like reclaim my house. It's a little bit chaotic right now. So I'm making my pre-workout drink here with the collagen, and I'm gonna do the dishes and vacuum and do my workout, and then we will open our calendar up because I just feel like I cannot focus until things are at least a little bit tidy again. So come on. Come on. Go on. Sweetheart, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. Okay, so I'm outside on our front deck trying to think of a solution so that I can feed the birds and squirrels without feeding the deer. Because whether I like it or not, I don't have a leg to stand on. There's a bylaw saying that I can't feed the deer. I'm a little annoyed, but I don't want this video to be about my beef. But I can talk about how it makes me feel. And I feel frustrated because we moved here 5 years ago, and we lived in the country previously where we had goats and chickens and ducks, and moving into town was definitely the best move for us, and I have no regrets. However, there was this part of me that was very sad knowing that we couldn't have livestock like that again, because I just love having chickens and ducks, and the goats were a bit much. But anyway, so moving into town and discovering that there were basically just wild deer roaming around our yard. They were here before we got here, like well established before we got here, was just such a joy for me. So that's all changed. And so this winter I had come to terms with not being able to feed the deer and enjoy that whole thing because it's such a joy for me. So I made the deck like a little haven for the squirrels and the birds. So I tied these two very large branches to our porch so that it's up out of the reach of for the deer. And I was going to make like little peanut butter or like gelatin ornaments to hang on them so that it looked like they were decorated for Christmas. And I like it because we can look out our front window here behind me and just watch all the squirrel and bird antics. It's just entertaining. It's lovely. It makes my heart happy, whatever. So now I can't do that because the neighbors think we're feeding the deer. And the last thing I want is bylaw on our doorstep. So we do have a side deck where I can feed the squirrels and the birds. There's just no view of them. Like our side door doesn't have a window, and there's no window on that side of the house. So basically I will feed them because I want to feed them, because I feel like that's the right thing to do. But I won't be able to enjoy them or watch them. So it's a bummer, but I'm trying to be a grown-up about it. I'm trying to be a nice neighbor, a considerate neighbor. So I think I'm going to clear off a little spot and just have a little, like our whole side deck can be a little bird and squirrel haven. That's the best I can do at this point, I guess. I may still be able to put the little ornaments up because they may be high enough. I don't even think they could get them if they did come on the deck, so we'll see. But if seeds fall on our deck, the deer are gonna eat them, so I don't know. Nothing will make them happy, I don't think, but I don't know. So if you have any ideas, let me know. We even kind of thought about getting like a little trail cam or like a bird feeder camera, but I don't really think there's much point to it, to be honest. I don't know how often I would check it. I just like being able to look out the window and see what's going on. So I don't think that's the solution, but if you have another idea, let me know. And I'm going to remove all the seeds from the front deck and put them on our side deck because neighbors. That's my little bird set up right now. She ain't pretty, but the birds are getting fed.
Day number 2.
Well, I already kind of did an intro.
Oh.
Yeah. But we get to open, so now that I've kind of reorganized and cleaned the house a little bit, we can do day number 2. Where is 2? Okay. Let's see, is it all in focus?
Right here. Okay. Pop that and then. Beautiful.
Okay. We don't have to do the close-up.
Oh, it's a nice color.
It is. It's very pink. Ooh. What is it? Guava.
Guava.
Guava. It is a very pretty pink color.
Okay, let's give it a little sniffy dance.
A little snifferoo. Let me do it.
Yeah, I got it.
Gotta do it up here so we hear the pop.
If it does go. What is guava? I can't really smell it.
It's fruit.
I know it's fruit.
There's like no smell.
Ooh, it's like gelatinous.
It doesn't really. It's just sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a jelly more than a jam.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay. Well, let's make our tea and toast. We have a leftover
Scone.
tea biscuit that we can
Yeah,
toast.
2.
So we'll toast up a leftover tea biscuit and make a cup of tea. I might have a coffee because I'm getting a headache. But you can have a cup of tea. We will be back. Have our toast on our scone. Do you like the crusty bit?
Nah.
Okay, I'll take the bottom. It's good.
The guava is like a little bit too.
I kind of like it.
Kind of tastes like shampoo or something, you know?
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of nice. The tartness with like the butteriness of the butter and
It's not bad. I love it.
I didn't think I was actually gonna like this one as much as I do. But I like the tartness. Maybe I shouldn't talk with my mouth full.
It pairs really well with the scone.
When we tasted it by itself, it didn't really have a taste, didn't really have a smell, but it is actually really, really good with this buttery sort of biscuit. That's good.
I love this. This is
your favorite one so far? So I haven't
on day 2. Wait, what's your rating of it?
It's hard. I I'm surprised by how much I like that one.
I think I'm gonna give it a 9.
That's pretty high. I really like that. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much. Okay.
That's
Jam
lovely.
is fun. I have a little sip of my coffee. This is like peak. Now what? I feel a little pooped. I think what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day is I'm gonna sit down and start editing this vlog. My hope is that I can get them up in the evenings. Last night it was like late by the time I uploaded it, but it wasn't too bad. There are gonna be days where I'm just gonna make a short. Look at Posey down here. Oh, they can't see. Just hoping. My goal is to post them each evening or in the early morning. That's my goal. We'll see how it goes. I have a life outside of YouTube and it might not happen. Am I right? So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch see who has posted Vlogmas videos or festive videos. I wanted to mention someone else on YouTube who is doing a jam advent calendar. She's doing it in short forms, like short videos. Is Life in the Wild West. I'll post like her link down below. She's just a very sweet lady who we just found each other. We're YouTube friends. So I wanted to share that she's also doing this. But I'm gonna watch my YouTube and get some editing done. I wanted to share some of our favorite YouTube channels. So one that we recently found is called Rewilding Jude. He's lovely. He's just an absolute treasure. So his parents both died and he basically sold his business and his house and their house and bought a house in the Scottish countryside and is just like fixing it up, living alone right now, fixing it up, gardening, doing all the things, and he is just like an absolute treasure. He is not Vlogmas, but he's just like our most recent find that we just love him. But for Vlogmas, I do like following Morgan Long. I think she's doing Vlogmas this year. And Madeline Olivia, I really like watching hers. I enjoy watching Carter Sullivan. She doesn't do Vlogmas, but she does really good, cozy, home, introvert kind of vlog stuff. And it's just always kind of cozy. And she's from Canada, not too far away from us. And so I love that. And Ruby Granger. I don't know if she's doing Ruby Granger. I don't know if she's doing Vlogmas or anything like that, but her content's super cozy. I think there's a filter on this tripod, which I don't hate.
What does it do?
I don't know. Probably makes me not ugly. I think it's kind of built into the tripod though. Anyway,
Gonna finish that?
see, yeah.
See you later. What was that laugh?
You gonna move? Can I sit there? Banjo is our little barker. He loves to bark. So what I did is I actually, oh yeah, there you can see, along the bottom 4 windows there, because they're right at his eye level, and he sees people walking on the road down there, and they almost always have dogs, and he's just got his bark all the time. So what I've done is I've put this like cling privacy stuff. It wouldn't be my first pick, but I didn't want to just go frosted because I knew he would still be able to see the movement. So this kind of distorts the view, and it has worked like a charm. Whoa! Hello, Chuckles. Hello. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Did I trip over you? Yeah. So I put this up like Thursday, I think, and he's hardly barked at all. It's absolutely life-changing. If you have a dog that likes to bark out a window. Part of me feels bad because it was like stimulation for him, but we do take him for a walk. We have the big deck and a fenced-in yard that he can go and run around and sniff and look at things. And then we've been taking them for evening walks and stuff. So he still gets stimulation. He just doesn't bark as much, and it's a beautiful thing. Right, Banjo? What do you think? Hey? Are you the cutest boy? Why are you licking the couch? You good boy? Such a derp. Thank you for watching today's Vlogmas Day 2. If you made it this far in the video, I realized the other day when I did the video and I asked for the train emoji, that not everyone has the same emojis. So give me a woodland creature. Squirrel, a bird, could be a fox, could be a deer, just a woodland creature. If you watch this far, thank you so much for being here. You're amazing. Make sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so that you get notified when I post videos. The goal is to post every day. So let's see if I can do it.